Hey everybody, it's Spider, also known as Vant Mario. We are live with another video. Sorry we're coming at you a little on the later side. I know we're posting this video up a little bit later than normal. So forgive us, as we usually do. I thought we were going to be doing something else tonight, but unfortunately I'm not able to do my original structure and plan. Hopefully our stream is having good integrity and fine. And hopefully I'm coming in loud and clear for you all. Nice. Okay, cool. We're doing okay. As always, good. Okay, cool. We're live. We're on. It's happening. So I have a couple of different things we're going to review and take a look at. We're going to probably build a fantasy model tonight because that is one of the things that I want to make sure that I'm working on. And then yeah, well, we may work on some commissions. I'm not sure, but and reminder to all those out there, if you are using your, I always like to remind people if they're using their Amazon Prime membership to subscribe to the channel, you may have to renew that. And of course, we are now on our new goal of trying to get to 560 followers. We got to 550, and I thank you guys so much for that support. I'm sorry that there was a lack of weekend streams that were happening. Unfortunately, I was way busy because we were tabling at a show this weekend, so that took a lot of my time. So I do apologize. We're gonna open up some Pokemon packs. I want to actually do a little review and take a look at Mood Swings. I'll explain what this is, because I did get my copy of it. A lot of people have been asking about it. And then we'll do a little bit of painting. We'll try to finish our Kill Team guys. We were working on the Orc and Tyrannid model. We'll finish these two up at least tonight, since I probably won't have as long of a stream tonight because we started much later than we should have. So I am sorry for that. But we will do our thing. So let's open up some Pokemon packs to start off, as I normally do, for the first half hour. We'll see what we get. And we will be back on the docket with some cool things this week. And what's really exciting, the end of this week, is we will be able to take a look at the Armageddon box. I'm really excited about that. And then we will also have some content on the newer Kill Team box. So please, guys, let me know if the audio and video is working well. If they are not, please give me that heads up. It's super important when you guys do. All right, let's see what our first pack has to offer. This is Chaos Rising. I had some additional packs sitting aside. We're going to see if we pull any craziness. Nothing in our first pack. So, Dudsville for pack number 1. Will we get anything in pack number 2? And if my energy level's a little on the low side, I'm still like recovering from this weekend. This show was crazy. It was super busy. We did really well, which I'm really happy about. And I had some really amazing memories, which I'll talk about as we're painting and doing other stuff. All right, pack number 2. Will we pull anything of craziness in these Pokemon packs? No. Dud number 2. We're 2 for 2. No hits. The hits are not finding me in these packs. And we actually have we'll be opening up some Marvel Superhero packs at the end of the week because the pre-release is happening. So I will get my hands on some product. All right, will we get something in this pack? What are we going to find? And we got a Mega Glade. So we got the Mega Glade. It's got Gale Slash. If this Pokemon has no damage counters on it, this attack does 150 more damage. And then, so basically it hits for 200 as long as you have no other damage. So if you can figure out a way to unload that damage on that Pokemon, you are in good shape. It can keep swinging. Alright, we got a double star rare. Wouldn't it be insane if I pulled a gold card? I'm not going to pull a gold card. That would be too crazy. I am not that lucky when it comes to these Pokemon packs. I haven't even been pulling like SIRs with them. And we have Chessman. Or Chestnut. I keep saying Chessman. We're about halfway through the packs, guys. And so far we have only hit one double star rare. So I'm hoping we get some hits coming, because it's not looking too good. How's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody's evening? How did the weekend go? If you were out at the show and you came and said hi to us, thank you so much for doing that. There were quite a lot of people that you've seen, either heard on the videos or seen on the videos, that did come out and show some support and love, and we really appreciated that. Thank you. Ooh, all right. We got a Cobalion. I always say this Pokemon's name wrong. Metal Road. Once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from your bench to your active spot, you may use this ability. Move any number of steel energy from your other Pokemon to this Pokemon. And basically, during your next turn, this Pokemon can't use this attack. So you can fill other Pokemon with energy, get him up there, load him with energy, hits for 200, and then he can't use that attack again. Not a great Pokemon. So far our two pulls are not the really heavy hitting stuff that people are looking for from this set. So we are doing not so well for the Pokemon packs. Not so well at all. Oh. Maybe I'll hold off on showing off mood swings. I might show that. I want to show actually playing it versus like. All right. Oh, another dud pack. Oh my lord, these packs are really rough. This is a rough 10 pack. To only hit 2 double star rares in 10 packs so far is pretty bad. Like, I have to say, for 2 packs, pretty bad. Okay. Ooh, we got a Metang illustration. I haven't pulled this Metang yet. That's pretty cool. Very nice. And the Metang has got Metal Claw and Guard Press. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage. Not a bad starting Pokemon. Alright, the Metang is a new card. We didn't get that before. And again, it's one of those cards I like because it's like in the world of Pokemon. He's in a construction site, so it's kind of cool. Alright. Let's see what we can get in this pack. Can we make more magic happen? And we got a full art Mega Pyroar. Nice. So we got Furious Bellow during this opponent's next turn. This attack. Next turn, attacks used by the defending Pokemon do 50 less damage. And then it's 80 that it hits. And then the other one is 290. This attack does 10 less damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So another one where you have to have a clear of damage Pokemon for it to work. And so far we've pulled a full art, 2 double star rares, and a illustration rare, which seems to be our makeup. So my suspicion is that these will be dud packs, unfortunately, because that seems to be my open rate of, like, if I do 10 packs. So I don't think we're going to hit anything in these other packs, which really sucks, but it is what it is. Yep, we got the double star. We got 2 regular star rares in the back of the pack, which is what seems to happen to me. Because if you think about it, we got 4 hits out of 10 packs, which is pretty much the hit rate. I mean, maybe we'll get lucky. All right, guys, pray on the last pack magic. Are we going to get some last pack magic here? Last pack magic. I love opening this show with just opening up some packs. It's a lot of fun. All right, let's see. Last pack magic. Will we get something crazy? Will we hit some insane card? Could it happen? What do you guys think? Think we're going to do it? Think we're going to do it? Chest spin. All right, guys. It all comes down to this. Oh, we got an Emma on the back end. So we did hit something. So our hit rate actually was pretty good. It was half the packs had hits in it. We got 2 full art cards. We got an illustration rare and 2 double star rares, which is pretty good for your normal Pokemon hit rate. This is actually pretty on par with what normally happens with our hit rate. So, not bad. I'm not going to complain. It could have been a lot worse. Did we get the illustration rare for Gray Ninja? Did we get SIRs? Did we get any of the illustration rares for the Gray Ninja line? No. Would I have preferred to have gotten those? Of course I would have. But that is how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. So I'm just going to put our garbage away, and then we're going to jump into some painting. I'm going to hold off on mood swings. I want to do like a whole video on like mood swings and just like review it as a product and talk a little bit more about it. But we'll do some painting. Let's do our Tyrannid, because the Tyrannid I haven't worked on as much. And as always, it's always weird to come back to a model that you started painting, because now you have to figure out where you left off and what you were doing. But as always, guys, I hope you're having a good night. I hope you had a good weekend. And I'll kind of talk through my weekend a little bit, just like kind of what happened. But obviously we did our Undiscovered Realm Con. It was a really great show. We had a really great time. Super busy. So that was extra cool. But there was a lot going on. It was super busy. It was sold out. I think it was sold out definitely on Saturday. I don't know if it was sold out on Sunday as well. But it was definitely sold out on Saturday. And again, part of why it was sold out on Saturday was because I think I told you guys on a previous stream that the actor Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil, and the actor that plays Bullseye on the new Daredevil Born Again show were present on Saturday. So that was a really big day. There was a really big draw of people on those days. But like I said, Sunday was a pretty decent day too. So, but we did really well, and just had a good time. I was super happy because so many people came by and supported us and followed us on social media. It was so cool, and we had I have some really great ideas for upcoming shows, and hopefully I'll add a few more shows. It seems because I'm getting some more confirmations, some later in the year shows, kind of towards the end of the year, which is cool. But especially when you have a good show like that, it really rejuvenates. When you're doing this kind of stuff, like. Again, guys, I'm really sorry that we had like little to no streaming. I promise this week will be a little bit better. Hello, what's up? we're just painting up. I'm painting up the newer Tyranid kill team. In fact, this is my last guy for that kill team, and then we'll have all of the operatives for this one painted. So we will actually have this done, and then we'll keep working on our orc, the Rekka crew, and probably. So normally we do gaming on Fridays, but I think we're gonna do first look at the Armageddon box, because I'll have my my Armageddon box available to me. So we'll probably spend the evening taking a look at that, doing kind of a full review and building all those models, taking a look at them for proper 40K. Kind of give you guys my impressions of it. I've definitely watched some other folks. I mean, unfortunately, your support by following the channel and upping our numbers, that's how we can hopefully one day become even bigger boys on Twitch. And maybe Games Workshop will send me things early. Probably not, because I usually speak my mind on Games Workshop and their policies, but not to say they only send to people that agree with them, but I have not been as flattering to them. But I was gonna say I have looked. I have watched some other reviews out there, and I know some people have some theories and thoughts on it. But obviously, once I open it and kind of give my review, I'll try to keep those comments at bay until I can have my fill of it. But I will give. I do want to give a huge shout out to my local gaming store, who, was so nice enough to order it for me, and help it. Trying to help the channel out. They're always great to us and making sure we get what we need. So, and that is Undiscovered Realms. You can actually see a link to them below. They're my local store. They do ship anywhere in the United States. So if you're watching this from another spot, you want to take a look at what they got. They will ship to there. They got Magic singles and other stuff. Not a sponsor or anything. Just some folks that I like and think are awesome. And the show that I was talking about that I tabled at, they actually run that show as well. So. But how are you doing, Mono? Mano. Not Mono. Mano. I was like, I looked at it for a minute and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it, guys. I'm a man who knows my limitations. I was like, I'm not gonna make it. But how goes it? What are you working on, if I may ask? Ooh, I didn't paint his teeth. I didn't do anything. Do you have anything on your painting table right now? And are you? Oh, nice. What do you typically write? And if you've already told me this in previous streams, I do apologize. Sometimes I don't put two and two together with the names or the. Oh, 40K fan music. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh no, wait. I screwed that up. All right, I'm gonna have to redo that. I didn't realize that was the connecting tissue. Damn. Oh, that's super cool. Oh, thanks for the follow, my friend. You are now part of the Orc crew. Do you by any chance do not that I'm necessarily ready for it now, but would do you do like like commission pieces for like an intro or opening. I've thought about potentially doing one for when we go live or a stream. And if you're doing it in the genre of 40K, you've done many? Cool. Very cool. Now, did I hit this with Apothecary White before I did this? I don't think I did. It doesn't look like I hit it with Apothecary White, but... Hey guys, how are you? Thanks for stopping by and checking out the stream. If you like what you see and you want to see us paint more, we're going to be having some new cool things on the horizon. I've been talking about how we will have the newer Armageddon box this Friday. And then also big shout out to Spoon Handle. He actually is sending us the newer Kill Team box, which has another Tyranid unit in it. Yeah, I didn't put Apothecary White on these guys yet. Hold on, I'm gonna check the comments and see what I missed there. Grey Wolf, fellow painter, Geeks and Games. Oh, cool, nice. Giving me a little of your credentials, nice. Like I said, I'm not 100% there yet, but it is something I'm contemplating and considering. What's that? I do it all for free, just for the fun. Oh, okay. Well then, you should DM me a track so I can listen. In that case. But I would still offer to give you like a tip or something for it, because as a fellow like artist. Oh, I mean, you could. I mean, if you have intros, yeah, I'd be down to listen and see. But I'd love to give you a tip or something, because like as a fellow creator, someone who does commission, art and painting. I want to make sure people like get paid for their stuff, or get some compensation. It's weird. Which also, like, that segues me to a story about the con or the convention. I was gonna say this was the first con, and when I say this, I don't want it to come out like I expect every con for people to do this, but it was a really nice surprise. There were actually people who like wanted to give me as an artist tips, which, if you've ever been to a con, any kind of con, if you do get art from an artist and you have the ability to, I know not everybody does, but if you have the ability to do that, it really is a nice thing to do that. And it's something that, like, if I get like an original piece from someone, especially if they're charging like relatively, either they're a newer artist or they're charging a relatively low cost for their art. I try to do that, especially if they're doing like an original commission piece for me. And it's just a nice thing if you can do it. I get it. It's like, with the cons and how cons are, like, people are paying quite a lot to get in there, and there's like a lot going on. So I totally get it. That like it's not feasible for everybody, but if you can do it, it means a lot. I mean, and I really want to shout out that person, because it was kind of crazy. It was crazy for a couple of reasons, but the biggest reason it was crazy was that they tipped me almost like double what the thing was, which was super generous of them. And then I was trying to at least give like an additional sticker or product to them, just to say thank you for being that generous. And the woman like ran away from my table. It was really funny. But it was super sweet, and I really appreciated it. And she specifically made it a point to say, like, like, we know how hard artists work, and we wanted to, like, and I was like, that's really nice. I've never had someone appreciate. And if anyone out there, because I did give everybody who came to the show all my socials, if anyone is now like checking us out on stream or is coming to check out this neck of the woods, and you did support us at the show and you did come to the show, thanks again. It was a huge thing. It really was special to me, and it really meant a lot to me. And thank you for that. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure if anyone watches this after the fact, maybe that might have been at the show. Thank you for making the show awesome. As I said, I do this for fun, not for money. Usually, if I do a commission, people just give me credit and promotion in their channel. Yeah, which by all means I would do. Yes, if anyone creates anything for our channel, I always make sure to give credit where credit is due. Absolutely. Credit, and then the other thing I try to also do is obviously promote that person. So if somebody asks me like, oh, where'd your intro come from, like, I would be the first to try to give that person props and credit. Same thing with my table at like a show, or if I'm with the things I vendor, anyone that I work with, and I try to partner with small businesses to make a lot of my stuff. um, I make sure to always have their cards. So if anybody professionally asks me, like, oh, where, or how did you make those, I can immediately bust that out and be like, here's the dude. You want to talk to this dude? He did awesome work for me. Yeah, let me take a listen to that. I'll listen on my freer time, and I'll definitely hit you up, man. It's something I've been thinking about, but part of what might be I might just delay it a little bit is I would like to do some animation or something to go with it, and I have to just like work on that. And now that I'm a little bit in a non-show lane where I'm not tabling or doing other shows, I have some time to sort of go back to some of those projects. Yeah. This is a tough fit, guys. I'm sorry if the model is going all over the place. Hopefully you guys are digging the Tyranid that I'm painting. If you've been here for the rest of the kill team, you've kind of gotten a sense of how we've been doing this. Sure. Give me one sec to just get this little part painted, because like I said, this model, I love it, but having it assembled and trying to get to some of these areas has been very challenging. So if I could make one suggestion to anyone painting these models, is you might want to do non-assembled, either painting on the sprue or partial assemble and then paint, because it does get tight in there when you're trying to get. Now I gotta fix the top because I messed up. I didn't realize that was the connecting jaw tissue for when the jaw split. So now I have to re-whiten it, and then I have to redo it. Wait, this is the closed one. This is the open one. Alright, give me one sec. Let me just get. Oh, so little white went on it. Why? Like, so little went on that. And again, guys, I'm going to try to go for a little bit where this is going to be probably a little bit of a shorter stream, so I do apologize that we're not going as late tonight. It's mostly my fault because I had like a lot of other things going on today, and I'll be quite honest, I thought we were going to be able to do something different tonight, and I was told that I was not able to do the thing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna. I just want it because if I put this on there and then I go to the music, this white will dry by the time I'm ready to go. Because I gotta just touch this area up because I messed up and I painted it. I painted it tan. The tan, the skeleton horde when it's gonna be purple. And then I also forgot. Do you guys remember what eyes I did for these guys? I think I did red. Or did I do green? I don't remember. I don't think I did green. I wish I did do green, though. I'm probably going to do green on this guy, maybe. But then I think he's going to be the only one with green eyes. I don't remember what I did them. Let me just get the skeleton horde. Let me do the teeth properly because I did the teeth with the larger brush. I don't know why I did that. That was so stupid. All right. Tonight is not my night with the small teeth. What's up, everybody? We're painting the last remaining Tyranid for the newer Tyranid kill team. So we'll have our full kill team done once I get him done, and then we'll jump back to our Rekka orcs. But I think I'm going to build a model tonight too. We're going to build maybe an old world fantasy model because we haven't given old world a lot of love, and I want to give it some more love. Sorry if I maybe implied that we were going to be able to open our Armageddon box today. I don't know. I heard competing things online, and I guess the people I listened to were wrong. But I don't know. I heard rumors that it was already like released because of a debacle of the rules being leaked, and that they were allowing stores to sell their boxes early, but I don't think that that's really true. All right, we're gonna have dead silence for a moment, guys. I'm sorry, because we're gonna listen to some other music. We're gonna open this link. Oh, all right. So I want to set this up. This is Pedro Cantor. Yeah, sorry guys. Hopefully you're hearing this. And this is Mono, who I'm giving credit to. So Mono, who's in the chat right now, this is his. This is his original composition of 40K music. Ooh, I'm liking this. This is cool stuff. I'm actually rocking out to this. This is dope. Oh, I'm following this. Hold on, I gotta follow his. Yeah, I'm gonna follow this page. Are you doing? You're doing the leads, right? Are you playing too? Like you're doing all the instruments in the lead? This is dope. I like this. Oh, sorry. I was asking you questions. Ah, greenskins. We got orcs in here. Or no, salamanders. It's greenskins. Uh, oh, there we go. I was asking, are you doing all the instruments and the vocals? Like, is this all totally produced by you, or you got folks that are helping you on it? This is dope, by the way. I really, really like this. I am 100% following you, man. This is dope stuff. Do you have it just on YouTube, or you got this also on like Spotify? Oh, well, you said that you do it mostly for free, right? Because it's all fan stuff, so you don't want to get in trouble. I answer my own question by asking it. Oh, nice. Oh, so this is all AI? Like it's your obviously your vocals, but oh, nice. This is super dope, dude. I really like this. Like I know the AI is doing the heavy lifting, but I like your lyrics and like I know it's doing the performance, but I like the lyrics. It's got a very and I mean this in a great way. It's got a very like Tenacious D Warhammer feel. I don't know why. It just reminds me of Tenacious D. It's like a rock ballad, which I like that. I mean, maybe this is just this song. This is dope. What's up, Bobby? How are you, man? This is crazy. The com was good. We had we did very well. Um, so it was super busy, and we did well. I feel like we did the best I've ever done in the years that I've been there, which was really good. Um, and there were some really awesome moments. But just again, guys, to give proper credit. Uh, so Mano, who is in the chat right now, this is his music. Um, you should totally check him out on Apple Music, Spotify, all the streaming platforms. And this is dope. This is Warhammer inspired songs, and they're dope. This is really cool. Apparently, the genres and songs are different profession. Oh, really? Why are you guys not hearing the music? Should play. Hold on. All right, I'll replay it again. Well, I listened to it. It was dope. All right, let me go back. All right, hold on. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 sec. I don't know why you didn't hear that music. That's weird. Let me try that again. All right, let me cue it up. Hold on. Let me go to my thing. Maybe it was just not loud enough? Hold on. Sorry, guys. Just bear with me for a second. I want to give. I was very. Oh, maybe that's. No, because volume's turned up there. Yeah, it should be playing. Oh, maybe YouTube is blocking it. I want people. Oh, no problem. Oh, why is maybe it's the YouTube? Does YouTube not play through? Is it? Oh, that sucks. Hold on, wait. Oh, no problem. Yeah, it's okay if Kevin was sick. I apologize, guys. Give me 1 sec. First off, let me subscribe. Oh, I guess. Oh, I'm not signed in. That's another thing that's also wrong with this. All right, let me see. All right, let's see. Let me see something. Oh, who did something? Who did what? That was a good use of that. Well done. What the fuck? That was really good. Whoever just did that. That was really good. All right, let's look up. Hold on. No, I want you guys to hear this music. It's freaking epic and awesome, and I want to give this man credit. I know this is taking time, but I need paint to dry anyway. trying to move over to something else. Hold on. You said you were on Apple Music? I'm not finding it. Let's try this. I can't see the chat if you're all yelling at me. Hold on. Okay. I see what just happened. Alright, maybe if I look up the song rather than that. So it's Pedro Cantor. Yeah. That's not it. Alright, sorry guys. I don't know why it's not playing. Didn't hear that either. Oh, are you not? Are you here? You're hearing my mic though, right? Okay. Let me just see something. Ah, there we go. How about now? Okay. I'm gonna put this up a little higher, guys. How about now? Alright, hold on. Let's start it from the beginning. Alright, let's go to the beginning. Alright, this is the proper way to listen to this. Okay. I wanna give props to this man. I'm like so desperately trying to do this. Okay. Bro, this is slapping. This is crazy. This is good stuff. If you play the SoundCloud stuff now, warning, it's gonna be loud. Oh, thanks for the subscribe. So we are listening to... Damn, that music slaps. Yeah, this music's awesome. So you guys, if you want to, this is Warhammer tribute music, right? That's what you would call this, Mano. And this, by the way, Mano, who's in the chat right now, he wrote this music and produced it. So, and he said that we were, welcome to play it if we just gave credit. I'm going to try to shout out that credit, and he just wanted me to hear one of the songs. I think this is awesome as heck. In fact, if I were to make sure that you have credit, could I play some of your music on my stream, like during my painting sessions? I really would actually like to do that. Nice. Yeah, I'm putting this into my rotation. I'm gonna listen to it. Feel free. I have ready-made playlists on YouTube channel. All are free to use. Okay, cool. Yeah, we just have to pre-listen to it. Just that, yeah, because like you said, trying to make it like clean. Because, but I'm assuming you don't have like, well, again, it's the subject matter, right? So. But yeah, so for folks that were asking, Undiscovered Realm Con was very good. We did very well as a table. And one of the coolest things that happened, vast majority are very clean. Some are explicit, as in violence. It is 40K. Oh yeah, if it's violence, that's fine. It's more like curses or like negative, like racial words is what I'm worried about. But I didn't think that those would be in there for 40K content. So. And I mean, technically I do have an adult warning on my channel, so. That kind of makes sense. This is dope. Yeah, I like. Gotta clean up some of this because I accidentally. Oh wait, are these? I know it's like really, it's really like slapping music. I want to just bang out to this. This is great. I mean, a lot of people don't think that, but I'm actually, I very much like heavy metal and punk music. Do you have a favorite faction or character? So orcs and Death Guard are my two favorite factions, but I do also play and paint Necrons and Tyranids. As far as favorite characters, I mean, I like things like the Unclean One. Is like one of my favorite like Nurgle characters. I would say Gaz is my favorite like orc character. Like I love Gaz from the orc side of things, which I have a Gaz. I'll show you guys. While that's drying for a sec. This is the Gaz that I painted. I'm gonna let it rip. I know we're jumping to the next thing. This isn't the same. Just to give everybody an alert, I'm gonna let it just play because I think this music slaps as hell. So. See, now this reminds me, this feels like an anime song. Ooh. Oh, we're going to listen to that. I'm interrupting. Hold on, we're going to go back. I mean, not that I'm painting an orc right now, but Word Orc channel. Grand Orcish Opera. That is dope as heck. Oh, this is wildly cool, man. So I'm not gonna get into the nuances of like AI and stuff. But so this is where I believe AI has a usage. So if you're somebody who has a great idea, so you have like great lyrics, or like you're a writer more than you are maybe somebody who can play instrument or whatever, and you want to get something together to present to somebody, this is where I think AI has a huge advantage. Because then you could always hire a band, and you can always, but at least you can come with a realization of what you want.
I swore I'd crump him, that Yumi's mine. His death was meant for my chopper's shine. Now
That I believe in. Where I think that it's harder is, and this is just as a personal artist, and maybe someone who is more musically inclined might agree with it, might say the same thing on their end of things. But for me, I personally, as an artist, like if somebody comes to me for a commission and they show me an AI generated piece of artwork, I get a little weary of having that as a reference, like or having that, like it's fine for me to see it, but when it comes to visual work, I don't want my brain to remember what that was, if that makes sense, because I may like lean into that composition or inadvertently like start to put things on paper that are like that composition, and because AI is taking it from a lot of different sources, you could inadvertently be taking someone's composition or design, and you don't know that. Oh, that's not good. So that's the only place where, like, for me personally, that's why I'm like a mixed bag when it comes to AI stuff. But because, like, I don't want it screws me up when I see it as like stuff. Like a good example is for the Undiscovered Realms Con, we did so because of the New York Knicks stuff, I did a print of the two rival players, the guy they call the alien, and like the guy on the Knicks that's like fighting the alien guy or against them in offense and defense. And there were so many people who generated like tons of AI like images of that. And somebody had suggested that I do a print of it, and they started showing me all the AI images, and I said, you know what, I'm going to ask that you don't show me anymore. because I didn't want it to be in my head when I went down to start doing what I wanted to do. Because as an artist, you do that. You know, you see something, and you have to be very careful. It's a chopper's flare. That's so cool. Ooh. That's crazy. This thing is crazy, dude. This is crazy stuff. Like, I could totally hear this being played through a speaker as like orcs roll into battle in like a truck or something.
His wings and break his maw. For Yorick's blood, I'll shake the throne. The waddle roar till I'm blown and bone.
This is awesome, man. Good lyrics, man. Good lyrics. I'm like super digging this. This is really cool.
What's left for me? No humies left to match me glee. Yarick, you get you broke me soul. This was a void, a zogging hole.
Oof.
I'll raise the biggest one for Yorick's name. I'll smash your skull with a chopper's flame.
I don't know. I'm trying to listen to the lyrics of the song, so I'm pausing when I talk. That's funny.
Your son! March me, boys, to the bloodiest way, to crump a demon, to settle the score. For Yorick's ghost, I'll lead the call. The biggest, baddest one of all.
Oh, they're doing the log. This is the moment. This is crazy. Like
For Yarick, for Dawa, for me.
Bro, this is insane. Imagine if like orcs were like screaming this into battle. Damn.
like your tooth sensitivity isn't severe enough to deal with? What if I told you Sensodyne has a fast and simple remedy? New Sensodyne Clinical Repair starts to repair sensitive areas of teeth after 60 seconds. I'm so excited to introduce this new product to patients. New Sensodyne Clinical Repair is absolutely amazing.
Sorry, guys. I'm like, it's so hard for me to get in. Fortunately, I think my smallest brush is starting to show its age. Give me a second, see if I can clean it.
Black steel clad in sacred script. A chain sword held in iron grip. Through void of stars a solemn vow. We are the blade of then and now. No fortress built, no world to keep.
But yeah, so what I was going to say, we're going to listen to the wonderful sounds of this beautiful music. But what I was going to say about the show that was really cool was, so yeah, we did really well. And what I was really happy about is, so I did a few prints that were specific to the show. One of them being a print for, because the voice actor for Goofy from Goof Troop and the voice actor for Max from Goof Troop were both there this weekend. So we did a print for both of them. And what was really amazingly cool was not only did the print sell ridiculously well, I actually was able to get my print signed. Oh, this is not my music? Okay, well we're going to stop playing. Sorry. Alright, so this is not his music. We're going to stop playing his music. Alright, we will go back to my other music that I know is not... Thanks for catching that. When you have a paintbrush in your hand, you do not catch these things. We're all good. But that was very cool. I will look at your... I will get it queued up better for the next time. So we'll have like a full playlist because we're in the moment right now. But what I was going to say, or what I was saying, was so the voice actors were at the show. And so I was able to get my print signed. But not only did I get my print signed, people had been going down and getting my print signed with them. So once they heard that that's who I was and that I had done the print, they took like photos with me to post up on my social media. They were super nice, super kind. Just really cool. And not only that, but later on in the show, on the second day of the show, they got to come up and kind of experience the show because they were stuck in downstairs the autograph room. So they took a break, and the voice of Max actually came over to my table and not only saw all the rest of our stuff, but sat and talked with us and was like super cool. So huge shout out to it's Jason Marsden. Jason Marsden, that's who it is. So big shout out to Jason Marsden, being a super awesome cool guy. And he said hi to my whole family. He was like talking to all of us. He was just so kind and so nice. He was such a cool dude. And if you are someone like me and you grew up in the 80s, you would know him very much so. Specifically, you would know him as the voice of Max from Goof Troop, but you would also know him as the cat from Hocus Pocus, because he also did the voice for that cat. And then he was also pretty much in like every other major like sitcom of that time. So he was in like Full House, Boy Meets World, Step by Step. You know, he played smaller characters in those things, but you know, and even and of course I want to shout out not to imply that Bill Farmer, who voices Goofy, wasn't nice, because it might seem that I'm saying that, but he unfortunately we caught him right when he needed to go somewhere else, so he gave us our time and he signed our stuff, but he couldn't stay that long, so he couldn't interact with us as much. But, you know, he still was super nice, super friendly. You know, he talked to me as Goofy for a couple of minutes, which was more than he probably needed to do, which was really nice. Commenting on my print. So he also made a comment, which was really funny. And I'm sorry I don't have the print in front of me. I'll show it off tomorrow night's stream. I'll bring it back from where it is, because I put it away. And I am my own worst enemy when it comes to prepping for streams. I like say to myself, oh, we're gonna do this, and then I don't go get the thing we're gonna do, and then I always have to switch it to a different day. So I am my own worst enemy when it comes to prep. But sorry guys, I'm just taking a look and seeing there's a lot of little spots that I missed, and I'm just making sure that I get all that stuff, and then we're going to start doing washing and highlights on this guy. We're probably only going to do the one. I said I was going to try to jump into the orc as well, but I really would like to get my guys done, so we have a full team that's finished, and get this as far along as we can. But yeah, he was funny, because in my print, I had given Goofy an iPhone, which is very period unaccurate for Goof Troop, because he wouldn't have had an iPhone, because they weren't invented yet when that movie came out. So they didn't depict him with one. And it was funny, because when I pointed that out to Bill in Goofy's voice, he was like, I don't think he'd work that out. It was very funny. And he's totally right. Goofy would have very much trouble with a modern day phone, since he has trouble with simpler technology most of the time. But yeah, that was super awesome, and that was a big deal for me. I told this story a lot during the weekend, so I know my family was getting bored of hearing about it, but Goofy is the literal first thing I learned how to draw. He is the first character I ever learned how to draw. So to get that signed by them and to have that experience with them was very special to me. So, and I have to give my hats off to like the con itself, because it is a local convention for us, but they really upped their game this year. Like, there was so there were like so many good guests. There were a lot of really good guests this year. So I have to really give my hats off to them. That they really upped their game, and it looks like they're really trying to push it bigger and bigger and bigger. So. And, you know, obviously I say this all the time, but, you know, why it's so important to shout out shows when they do things right like that is because as somebody who vends, who's an artist at those shows and tables at those shows, you know, it really does make the show easier for the vendor and for the artist if there are guests that people really want to see. Because, you know, yeah, art, you know, obviously big artists will draw people as well, but the celebrity guests, the people that are making either the shows or the movies that everybody cares about really do make a big difference. So I really applaud shows that really understand that and try to get, you know, really try to get good guests to show up. So, and you know, they just consistently keep delivering, man. They really are trying hard to get, like, relevant, good people. And I'm so happy and proud that I could be a part of that show every year. It's like one of the shows I really look forward to, because it really is a good show. And if you're in my local neck of the woods and you have an opportunity to go to that show, you really should. They even had a decent amount of vendors, because the vendors, I would say, out of everything, which is not under their sphere of control, but I would say the vendors were a little bit, I might say that they're a little bit redundant. So some of them felt a little redundant, but sorry, guys. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to use the earth racks to go a little bit into some of these crevices on here. And what should happen is where I put the red, it should start to come up a little bit darker. Oh, I didn't put the red on this side, did I? So it should start to show a little bit darker in those areas. So that's a really cool trick. When you're painting that, if you kind of layer your wash and your colors, you'll start to get a much darker looking color under there. And then we can also expand that wash. So the wash can then trail. So you can have it where that is, and then you can have the wash kind of sit further up and start darkening the shell even more. And again, guys, if you have painting questions, I always say this every stream, but do not hesitate to throw them out there. I love answering painting questions, especially if you're somebody who's like new to the hobby. Oh, no problem. Do your thing, man. And now that we kind of switched back to our like general background music, is it okay on the volume? And is it hard to hear me? Because we were trying to spotlight that other music. chill music. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get in these crevices with my brush with a little bit of the wash, and then we can always push it a little bit further. But how are we looking? How are we thinking that this is looking so far? Everybody liking the Tyranid that we're painting? Doesn't take a lot of wash to just give yourself a little bit of punch. You literally could just soak your brush in it and then just go in and just dab it on those spots to pop up. Hopefully it's starting to look pretty cool. We gotta do some highlights on it, which are gonna make it look even better, but where are we at sitting time wise? I'm going to try to go a solid 2 hours on this stream, because like I said, we started the stream, and that's all on me for starting the stream too late. I promise tomorrow we'll be in better shape. I got involved in something else, and then I am still very tired from this weekend. Like no qualms about it. I am exhausted from the weekend. But yeah, guys, don't hesitate to let me know how your night's going, what you're working on in your neck of the woods on the painting table. Again, huge shout out again to Mano. I know he's got to go do some other stuff, but to share his music with us, which was awesome. And we'll definitely be showing it or featuring it on the stream more often, because I think it's really good work music. It's really good music to paint to, and to kind of, I like the vibe of the music. It's really good. Bobby, what you working on? Figure he's working on some model. He might also be playing video games. He tends to play video games during my stream, especially this late. But yeah, we had some good moments with some guests. Super sweet people stopped by the booth, and everybody was so open to sharing on social media and stuff. It was so cool. So big shout out and thank you to all those folks that came, spent some time with us, and posted up on socials. And, you know, not only bought prints, but did commissions, did some original artwork. So it was like all around just like really exciting, and it just made me really happy, you know, that my art got shared and ended up with people who like really dug it, who really loved it. And you know, even people with our MTG tokens, which By the way, we will definitely be getting those up. My hope is by the end of the week, I'll have everything in the Etsy shop, so there will be additional tokens that we debuted at the show, and now I will add to the Etsy shop. So they'll be up there for MTG, for Magic. And I'm going to be working on some more stuff for other games. So, alright, cool. And this is Skeleton Horn. Yeah. Like, I want to come up with some Riftbound tokens, and some other stuff. And then, totally unrelated topic, but I did get a chance today to see the new Masters of the Universe movie, He-Man, and I highly recommend that movie to people. It was a lot of fun. Again, if you're okay with the movie not taking itself too seriously, it was a lot of fun. And if you have any fandom to He-Man, you will 100% love that movie. But I highly, highly recommend it. And as me and a buddy were talking about, it's a unique movie in the way that it does what it does. I really appreciate the way in which they did the movie, and it's done in such a smart way. And it just took me back. It shocked me just how well done it was, while hitting like a lot of different notes that you could see they were trying to hit, which connected to a lot of different people depending on what your experience with Masters of the Universe is. So I actually really do recommend that movie to folks. I think it's going to be one of those like sleeper hit movies. I don't know what its opening numbers were, but I really just I hope it can fully realize what it might be trying to do. I don't want to spoil anything. But like I said, I hope it can fully realize itself, because that would be an overall shame if it didn't get a chance to shine. As a movie, I really hope that people respond to it and go to it. So what I'm doing now, guys, I'm just going in with Null Oil to get some of this just to get some of this detail. Yeah, I 100% think that the He-Man movie will be a sleeper for a lot of people, and I just hope it made enough in its initial opening to keep people thinking about making more of them. That's all. Sorry, I know I rambled. But I want to spread the word about that movie because I really do think it's a good movie. Again, for what it's about and for the subject matter, I think they did an amazing job. I was very impressed. With the way that they did that. I think that's the word I keep struggling to find. Grounded. So it lived in the place it had to, but it grounded the silliness and it grounded the campiness. That's the word I keep looking for. You know, it still had that because it is an element of He-Man, but they managed a way to like ground that campiness. And then also just like gave you some like visually crazy stuff. Like it's another one of those movies where it's just visually stunning while you watch it too. What do we think, guys? Are we liking this so far? Give me your thoughts. Sorry that we're probably only going to get the one model done tonight. I was hoping to work on some more orc stuff, but we'll have plenty of work stuff as we go to the end of the week because we obviously have we're gonna have the new Armageddon box set, so we'll have a ton of orcs to build in that. Which I'm so lucky that I was able to secure myself one of those because I know a lot of places are experiencing like, you know, just not getting their allocations and stuff like that, so and I'll obviously when we open ours, I'll save my views and thoughts for when we do that, because I know a lot of people, some, you know, obviously people who get it a pre-copy of the game have like given their like take on stuff, and I've heard some not so great reviews of certain things, but I want to reserve going down that rabbit hole until I look at the box myself. Alright guys, what are you thinking? We're liking this? always like doing that technical green on there because then it just like punches that green up on the base. Now I'm gonna have to do some highlighting on some spots, but I think that they're looking pretty good. And that would be the last unit that we have for that kill team. So I'm super happy about that. We got noise. So what else can we do? What else do we have to do? Oh, I gotta do. I need Gilliman. That's what I need. I need Gilliman because I have to put it in this crack here. Because this crack is. So similar to how I was doing on the bottom, I'm just making sure that all of this is painted properly. And then as always, guys, I ask this question every stream, but I am generally curious what you guys have you're painting on your painting tables, and I say it every stream. If you have any questions or comments or thoughts, please feel free to throw them in the chat. I love answering questions. I love helping people, with their projects. Eyes in these guys are so tiny. Oh, there's a little piece of red I didn't go. I knew I was missing red in some places. But yeah, let me know what you're up to. If you're new to painting, if you're new to like playing, if you have questions on both sides of the coin. Most of us I know start out I'm doing bad, stupid mistakes now. I can tell I'm doing dumb mistakes. So I'm doing stupid things now. Some of it is good, some of it's not. I can tell when I start getting a little on the tired side, things start to come out a little wonky. Because I want to, normally I want to put, as you guys know, I take way too much time on a lot of my single models because I want them to look really good. I want to take a lot of pride in the model I'm doing. So for my kill teams, I go a little crazy. It's part of why I like the kill teams so much, because because I feel like I can embellish them a lot. So normally we would on Tuesday do terrain, but we're not going to do terrain this Tuesday. We're going to give commissions an extra day because I've been falling behind on commission stuff. So I do want to give commissions an extra day to live, so that we can be in good shape there. So we're gonna go all commissions, working exclusively on commissions tomorrow, so we can make a larger dent in that. And my hope is to start that stream a little on the earlier side, and we're making more and more strides for our new studio. Like I said, now that I have a little bit more downtime, I can give more of that the emphasis it needs. And the goal that we're going to be working towards is that eventually we will have I'll have everything set up, so we'll have more variety of content, but we'll also have just a better work environment and area that we can do larger projects. We can film from multiple angles. We'll be able to do a few things that ever since I started this, I've been wanting to do, but I never had the money, and I never had the ability to sit down and actually plan it out. I always was kind of reacting and trying to get there. But now I sat down, took the time, looked at equipment and just things I would need, and started to just develop those things. So I think I said this phenomenon on another stream, but I'm running into it a lot on this model. There's so much variation and difference in a lot of this model that I have to keep rethinking about how I'm doing certain things. So if you've ever gotten frustrated on our channel because we're going back and forth a lot on the model, that's part of why I do that, because I keep finding different things, and especially this kill team, all the models are so they have such a variety in their sculpts, which I've said it a couple of times. I definitely mischaracterized this from the community page, because when we saw it on the community page, it looked like things were, in my opinion, a little they just looked generic, or they looked not as if there was a lot of nuance to them. But then once I started painting them and I got the kill team, I was like, oh, these guys have a lot of variation in their models. It's not just what I'm falling into a trap with this guy is that I keep finding, and it happens a lot, you find little seam line paint stuff that you didn't paint. And again, as I say all the time with this, I could probably put this on a table and get totally away with it, but I would know it's there. But I hope it looks good. Everybody's doing their painting. Everybody's painting and trying to get things done. I get it. think this looks pretty good. Like I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out already. And the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some null oil. I want to do null oil on the base so we can get some of these cracks to look better. I'm doing now is I'm just putting some null oil down at the bottom there, which should make these pop a little bit more. All right, guys, my weariness is starting to catch up with me, so I'm gonna do some light cleaning to get some stuff cleaned. Make sure all my paint caps are nice and tight, and then I may just talk to you guys for a minute, talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing moving forward, give you some notable things to look out for in the future, because I can just feel myself getting like a little heavy in the eyes and tired, and I have a long day tomorrow, so I know, like I said, this was always going to be a shorter stream just because I didn't want to not come on at all tonight, but at the same time, I knew I couldn't stay on too long. But we'll start earlier tomorrow, so people will get a better shot at seeing us and being a part of the show. And again, huge thank you and shout out to what's that? What's up, Third? What did you just realize? Of Horus, yes. The story of Horus does mirror Lucifer, correct? As in Lucifer the devil, Lucifer. Is what I think. Or you're talking about in the world of 40K. I don't know if you're talking about biblical and 40K, but if you are talking about biblical and 40K, then you would be correct. Yeah, biblical. Yes, it does mirror. It is amazing. Many sci-fi and fantasy-based projects will do that. So, guys, this is what we worked on tonight. It is correct. So this is what we mostly worked on tonight. So we're pretty much, I would say, almost done. We're gonna do a little bit of highlighting. Hopefully, you guys think this looks pretty good. Same as Lucifer, yep. Hopefully you guys are thinking this looks pretty dope. There's definitely some stuff we have to do. I have to do a little bit of the red treatment, so shadows and highlights in the smaller armor pieces, and then we have to just go through and do highlights in the bigger armor pieces. And then I'm probably gonna put some sterling mud on the open spots on the base, just to tidy those up. But I think it looks pretty good, and that will conclude our Tyranid kill team. So we will have finished them, and then we can really solely work. If we're working on any of my projects, we'll work on our Rekka crew. I was gonna say good timing. I'm gonna be. I'm probably gonna be closing up shop in a minute. We're gonna be like, I'm gonna be rocking out in about 10 minutes because I'm just getting tired. Still catching up from the weekend. Doing a 2-day show is always more hectic. But Yeah, it's just a lot. But before I go, I said I wasn't going to take a look at this, but let's do a little review of a product, a Magic product. Well, I say a Magic product. It's made by Wizards of the Coast, I think. Who makes this? Yeah, it's just a Wizards of the Coast product. But this was something that was on. If you're familiar with Magic the Gathering and you're familiar with Secret Lairs, they had this up. I think it's still up. I think you can still buy it. But the gentleman who has been the lead designer for Magic for the last little bit of years created a new game. This is essentially a new game. The idea of this game is to play it kind of in between Magic games. So let's say you're at your local store and people sit down and play Commander, and then you're waiting to maybe get into a Commander pod, or you're waiting for a game or something. This is supposed to be like a small, quick game you can play to sort of buy the time. So this is like very popular. This is something new that's been popping up. I've seen a lot of people working on these sort of in-between card games. So like little portable card, little travel card games that you can play in between your other matches. So this is called Mood Swings. Now it's weird that this is a Magic product because it does not play like Magic and it does not have the mechanics of Magic, but they used Magic artwork on the cards. So it's a weird kind of product. And every one of the boxes is different. So, spoiler or FYI, each deck is not the same card. So if you wanted to collect, let's say, the whole first edition or the whole set of cards, you'd have to buy multiples of these packs. So if you look, turn big feelings into even bigger points. Brand new card game from Magic Gathering head designer, excuse me guys, Mark Rosewater, and it says experience Trump, joy, courage, and more in the quick to learn and fast to play game of clever moves and captivating combos. The box contains 45 random cards out of 133, which are all you need for 2 to 4 players to play. You can always add more cards to customize your deck and suit your mood. So I don't know what the stipulations are for your deck, but that's the idea of this. So I figured we could take a look. I'm going to open up one of them because I want to have one of them to play and try and just like kind of see how this plays. I have another one that I'm going to keep sealed, so I can just have it as a collectible sealed, since it is like a limited product kind of thing. But let's take a look. I figured it was a good way to end the program since it's like a quick check-in. Oh man, and of course now opening it is going to be like a nightmare. And I think these decks were $24.99 if I'm not mistaken. So like I said, if you want to get the whole set of cards, you would have to buy multiple decks. You'd have to open them, see what you get, because I'm assuming you can get quite a few duplicates. So I don't know how many decks you'd have to buy to actually get all 133 cards. It's kind of a weird thing that they did it that way. One would think, why didn't they just make all 133 in a box, and you could just make a deck out of that box? Doesn't really make much sense to me, but so like I said, so here are your randomized cards, and you can see just from the suspicion how that has a Magic piece of artwork on it. I like how people are running. We lost a couple of people. They're like, he's doing Magic cards again. Oh, I hate opening these up. Okay. So we'll take a look at the cards. And we'll judge them on quality, and we'll judge them on like other stuff. I mean, card-wise, they feel like playing cards. But you can see now what is cool about, I will say about the cards, is that they are using concept, so like the sketches or the rough artwork, so the concept artwork rather than the which is kind of cool. Now you'll see on a card, I'll just explain how the game works. Suspicion, and then you say after playing this mood, choose any number of players. Each chosen player discards a card from their hand. So you can see there that there's already so it's kind of like if you've ever played a game called Flux, the moods will create rules or conditions that will make you have different effects that might be triggering or not. Like while in play, this mood's value is 3 if there are two or more blue and or black moods. So while in play, this mood's value is 3 if there are other moods. So it gets less or whatever. And you'll notice they do say common. So I'll go through these fast just to show you all of them. And see if we actually get to a non-uncommon card. There we go. So now we have an uncommon. I'm going to go further into detail about this game. I want to see how many rares you get in the box. Oh, that's Notion Thief. I know that artwork. Okay, so we got, now we're in rares. Oh, and you do get mythics. And then you get the cards that tell you how to play. Hurt Feelings, that's if you are, that's a special card for the game, but this will give you all of your rules, I think, which are all kind of on one card, which that's kind of cool. All players share the same deck and discard pile, shuffle the deck, then each player draws 5 cards, reveal the bottom card from the deck. The player who most recently felt the emotion gets to go first. And then the round structure is each round the first player takes their turn, then each player takes a turn in clockwise order. After everyone has taken, proceed to scoring, and that's when you're actually going to score, taking your turn. So we'll go over in full how to play this game, but it gives you a little insight into the game. You got to see the cards a little bit. Again, it's interesting. It's an interesting product. But it's interesting that he made a game but used Magic assets to art the game. So I don't know if that means it's like a because it's a prototype game. He thought he could save money doing that, and then maybe they'll come out with a second edition with like actual independent art for this game. I don't know. It's kind of a weird idea. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, I am going to strode off into the sunset, or sunrise, as it probably is for me. As always, thank you guys for giving us the time, spending some time with us, having some fun. We'll be back on tomorrow night, and like I said, we're going to hit the ground running with all commission style stuff. So we're going to try to finish as many commission pieces as we can. Because we're close to wrapping them all up, but we also have to get some other stuff done, and we really got to give some love to the commissions because we've been spending a lot of time on other stuff and not necessarily streaming, but that is all going to change. We need to stream more, and as always, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you at that next video. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you then, and remember, have fun, keep the paint flowing. Don't forget about those details. All right, take care, everybody. I'll see you hopefully early in a little bit. All right, take care. Oh, and actually, before I leave, now everybody probably left. I wanted to also say big shout out and thank you to Joe for subbing back up. He's now rocking a 7-month Stride subscription. Thank you again, Mono, both for allowing us to hear and use your music during the stream and give us the ability to use it on other streams, but also for hanging out and chatting with us and being an awesome dude. As always, folks that always stop by, like Bobby, thank you for stopping by and giving us and hanging out. And as a reminder, there's tons of other ways to support the channel. The number one best way on the planet is to follow so you know when we're live and you can jump on in and have some fun with us. Second is to come and have fun with us, post up chat, contribute to the discussion, have a good time, ask questions, get help, do all that cool stuff. And then last and finally, there is the monetary side of things. I don't ask a lot for the monetary side, but the reality is to get the studio in good shape, to continue to grow and strive to get better cameras, better equipment, better everything, we need to have that support. So if we can, and you feel generous, thank you so much. We have an Amazon wish list. You could subscribe to the channel. You can donate. There's so many different ways. There's merch for sale, which I promise there will be more merch and more things available. I'm just in the process of getting them up there and finishing some stuff, but we're gonna get it all out there to you. So thank you all for watching and keep staying with us and evolving with us. I swear the show is just gonna get better, 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 and better. And it only gets better because you guys are with us. So take care, everybody, and I'll see you very, very soon.